Hi guys, how you doing? Thought I'd give you a quick update. My car's going to come back from Arch tomorrow, so I'm going to add that probably to this video. So not a lot's been going on whilst I've been waiting for it. Other than I've got a few more bits have arrived, which is good. I bought some throttle bodies. They're now sitting up on waiting to go. So that's good. Garage is still not ready, still not sorted the floor out, but we'll move on. So I've got a new windscreen to fit today, which is there, and obviously the old windscreen, which is cracked. So I'm going to be carefully picking that apart and getting that done. Also, the trashed wheel that's outside now waiting to go to scrap has been replaced, and I've just painted this one ready to go. I think it's going to need a little bit of it's pretty good really. So, and there's a spare wheel I bought as well, which I've also painted whilst I was waiting. So other than that, where else are we at? The new for me nose cone is awaiting final. I've got a couple of bits of filling to sand off. Likewise with the bonnets waiting. Once that's ready, I've got a new scuttle which I picked up from Arch at the weekend. So that needs to be prepped, primed and ready to paint. Likewise with the other body panels that need doing. And while we're there, probably going to get rid of this stone chip rash on these quarters, because they're in really good nick, with the exception of this section here. And I've done it before where you make a mix between a clear coat and a colour, and you rub it in to all of these, and then you polish it up. So hopefully we wouldn't have to paint the whole quarter, the wheel arch, but we'll see about that. Other than that, what else? Oh no, much else has gone on. Lots of other mechanical work. So I'm going to carry on and get this built and go from there. Right, so new windscreen kit. It took me about 5 minutes to take it apart, get the old glass out. Then took me the best part of 2 hours to get all the crash wrap off that was stuck onto the framework. It was a bit of a pig, to say the least. I couldn't use anything too abrasive or too aggressive in solvents, so it was just a case of slowly scratching at it and getting it off. So it left any damage or anything like that, which is good, but it did take some time. So my tips for replacing the windscreen, now I've done it. There's 2 screws here, one in the side here and another inside here, which goes to a small aluminium block. Holds the windscreen up and into place, so undo those 2. This should just come off easily, that comes out quite easily. Cleaned all the seals, and when I was at Arch Motors, I said to him, I've got a fit windscreen, how do you do it? He said, we use talcum powder. Initially I was going to use something like I don't know, some kind of fairy liquid, some kind of liquid. He said no, we use talc to put ours together, and to be fair, it slotted together very, very easily. I mean, it needed a little, you're tentative with it, but it just slides in with talc. So that was quite nice. Getting these blocks back in is a pain. They've got a cutout in them for the heated wiring, so you need to get that in roughly the right place so that when you push it back, it doesn't crush the wire and so on. But yeah, in this case, I attached it to this outside first, got that lined up, and then tightened it up. Not completely tight, but most of the way. And then put this framework on, and then you can just adjust the framework till you can see the holes, which are just inside. I don't know if you can see the screws, just in there. It went on quite well, so I'm very pleased. I've got a nice windscreen now, and there's no crash wrap on it, which is great. So all I've got to do now, next job, maybe today, we'll see how time goes, is unfortunately it's all glued to the arches, so for about 10 times more surface area, but I'm hoping that as it's got 2K on it, we should be able to use some solvents that are a little bit more aggressive to try and get the wrap off. So that's going to be my next bit of fun, but at least the windscreen's done. Hi everybody, exciting times. We are full swing here today, which is good. Car's back, she's back, so this is good. She's got a new long front. Arch have done a fantastic job. She's obviously been put new side skins on, blended her in. It's all good. I'll do, when I get here in the workshop, I'll do a video around the front end. I've just been test fitting the new nose and new bonnet, well, new to me anyway. They did a good job actually with the old bonnet. They had spare time, they decided to take the vents out, which is pretty good. To be honest, there's a couple of marks in it, but it wouldn't be a bad hood. But to be honest, I test fitted it with this nose, and this bonnet, this one here, fits much better overall. That the original bonnet, I think it's just a little bit out of shape at the front where it's had the bang. It's a little bit flared, where much more, I mean obviously this is not sitting properly, but there's a lot more flare on the original bonnet around here. It's all a little bit, the arch is larger. I think the accidents deformed it, so we're not going to use that. But the fit of this bonnet and this nose is really good. Interestingly, the I don't know if anyone's going to care, but the stripes, this panel, this scuttle panel is being replaced. I've got a new one in the garage. But even if I did use this bonnet, the vents and the stripe position don't really line up that great, so it would have required more work. And other than that, there's an awful lot to put back together. What else have we been up to? Still haven't taken this new refurbished wheel round to get the tyres put on it. That's another job. And I wasn't necessarily going to, I was probably going to leave these black initially, but found a big hole in the gel coat. It was all a bit cracked, there was a few cracks in it, and I thought no, it's not good enough, so that's been sanded and that will be prepared for paint. The bonnet and the nose cone are pretty much ready. I've got a bit to sand off the bonnet, and then that can have some primer. So there's a little tiny depression under here, so I've got to take that down. The nose cone is ready to go, I think, bar a few little bits and bobs. So let's take a look at the side panels. I'll say, well, I'll get all of these front panels. I'm probably going to paint the scuttle bonnet and nose and the wheel arches in one sitting, and then I'll do the side skins in another sitting. What else have I been up to? This chassis tray, or under tray, pardon me, was all bent up. This was all, I don't know if it was on a video before, but this was bent round here somewhere. So I've taken that, dressed that with a mallet. It's not bad, it's not 100%, it's very low down, and looking at it from it's ground out quite a few times, so I'm not going to worry about making that 100% perfect, because I'm pretty sure that I've got to get it off my driver yet, so they may well be a problem later on. What else? I think that's about it really. So yeah, so it's back, so we can start finally doing some work on it. Cheers guys, speak to you later. So I finally managed to get it into the garage. It's obviously got a lovely, nice, super new front, long front that's been put on it by Arch Motors. Fantastic guys. Two nice side skins, which hopefully tomorrow maybe we'll get prepped and primed. They come down. I'm not sure how they do it in the factory, to be honest, to blend the back panel in with the front panel. This is how they do it as a repair panel. Obviously the arch line comes through here, So it's really only going to be a very small blend here, unless I decide to chase it right over the top of the arch and up to under here, which will get covered up by the boot cover. Other than that, I'll put all this back together once we get it painted, so I can do all the paint on there. Got to take this scuttle off. Still have to take that off and remark it for everything that's not on the new one. Everything else is wheel arches are primed. 2K easy sand primer. Same with, we've got the other parts that are all primed. Sorry if I'm moving the camera badly. So the nose cone's all primed, the scuttle's primed, it's all hanging up there. So there, I'm gonna let them dry off overnight, and I might hit them with colour tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I've run out of primer, so I have to go shopping before I get onto this. It's going to take me forever to get this masked up before we go anywhere near this with paint. Trying to decide, I don't know if I really like this exposed aluminium colour here. All the framework's black. I'm just toying with the idea that I might, while this is all out, get all this primed and paint that, you know, satin black, similar to the rest of the framework. You know, and obviously this is black. I don't know, just for me, I just think it might look nicer if that's all black. Yeah, an awful lot to do, but the main thing is she's back and she's straight. Oh, that's a completely side note, nothing much. But my refurbished wheels now got its Avon ZZS tyre on it, which I got from good old eBay. It's about halfway through its wear, so that will do us for the moment. Gets by. And I've had the other wheel stripped of its old tyre that had a gash in it. And you can't really, I can see it very well, but it looks worse actually on the phone. There is a tone difference to these compared to the original, but the actual colour of the wheel, the original colour of the wheel, is not what's on the face of these. These have been refurbed at some point and they've gone for a slightly lighter tone, and I've gone back with the original colour. That does mean I'm probably going to have to do the rear wheels. Other than that, it's all a bit of a mess, but a happy mess.